Hey guys! I just got done seeing the new Beauty and the Beast movie and I have so many thoughts and feelings about it. So that's what we're going to be talking about and discussing in this video. First off, there's not going to be much spoiler-free talk in this video, considering the fact that Beauty and the Beast is a very old story and everyone should know the story by now. Disney has been doing quite a few live-action films recently, such as Maleficent, Cinderella, and The Jungle Book, none of which I've actually seen. But Beauty and the Beast is my third favorite Disney movie, so I could not see the live-action version of the movie. I like to rate my movies on a 100% scale, so out of 100%, I give this movie a 95%. We'll get into why it didn't get 100% later on. And even though it's been a long time since I seen the animated film, I think that I prefer the live action version of the story better. Mostly because since it is live action, it's so much more relatable than the animated version. It makes it seem like this stuff could have actually happened, even though obviously it didn't. I didn't look up anything for this movie. I didn't really follow it. I didn't watch any of the trailers for it because I wanted to stay as spoiler free as possible. So the only real thing I knew about the movie was that Emma Watson was playing Belle, which that alone excited me so much. And I found out yesterday that Emma Thompson was playing Mrs. Potts. And the only movies I've seen her in are the Harry Potter movies, so I wasn't as excited to see her, but she was an actress that I knew. And I'm kind of glad that I didn't look into who the actors were or anything, because it made the reveals of who they were at the end so much more exciting. It's like I didn't know that Ian McKellen was playing Clogsworth. I kind of like the fact that I didn't know any of the actors either because I didn't expect anything from their acting. So besides Emma Watson's acting, which I always find phenomenal, I think my favorite actor out of the entire movie was Josh Gad. I think that's how you say his name. And he played Gaston's sidekick, LeFou. He was just really hilarious. And you could really see where his sense of right and wrong were being questioned at several points in the movie. When I think about it, a lot of the characters were more funny than they were in the original animated film. The script was really well written, and the characters themselves were given so much more background and depth to them. It's like I didn't even realize how much I wanted to know more about Belle's mother until we actually started learning more about her after the Beast and Belle took that traveling book back to her childhood home where her mother died. And we actually got to physically see what happened. That was one of the points where I just had to shed a couple of tears. I actually cried at a couple of points in this movie, which was very surprising because I normally don't cry to movies. I cried during that scene, and I cried during the ending when all of the animated objects turned into actual objects. So in essence, it was like they died, and even though I know how the story ends, I still had to cry a little bit because it was just so heartbreaking to watch it happen. The sets and costumes are another thing I want to talk about. There's not a lot I can say about costumes because I really didn't pay attention to anyone's costumes except Belle's. So basically, I just want to talk about the yellow dress she wears, which after seeing a little bit of Cinderella and what her dress looked like, I expected something really big and elaborate, but it was really just a simple plain yellow dress that they added golden swirly accents to that you almost couldn't see unless you were paying attention. Which isn't a bad thing. I kind of love the simplicity of it because Belle is one of the most down-to-earth Disney princesses there were. But it was just like after seeing Cinderella's dress, I expected more, but I still loved the dress and it fit her perfectly. As for the sets, I'm not exactly sure how much was actually built and what was green screen, but I loved all of them. The library was of course my favorite one. And I also loved how each set changed over time. Like it started out really dark and dreary and it had a haunted feel to it. And then just little by little over time, things started changing. They started getting cleaner and brighter and actually livable. As you guys know, there is a lot of singing in this movie. And I normally don't like movies that have a lot of singing and dancing and stuff like that, but I have to say that I was very surprised at how much I really enjoyed all of it. It was only like towards the end when I was kind of getting a little sick of all the singing, and I think that was only because of the one song they added into the movie that wasn't in the original animated film, and I'm not even sure what that song was called. Overall, I think my favorite song was Gaston. And that could have been because in the animated film I couldn't really understand a lot of the lyrics, and it just came out so much clearer in this movie. The only real problem I had with this movie, and the reason I got a 95%, was the fact that they had a lot of auto-tune in with Emma Watson singing. I've never heard Emma Watson sing, so I can't say that it would have been better if they used no auto-tune at all, but I just wish they had used less. That way it would have been less noticeable. Truthfully, I cannot wait to see this movie again. And I also can't wait to see if they do more live action films like Mulan or Rapunzel or The Little Mermaid. I really hope they do The Little Mermaid because Ariel is my favorite Disney princess. But yeah, those are my thoughts about the new Beauty and the Beast movie. Let me know your thoughts and your favorite moments of the film in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!